All right, well, here's the deal. I know you tuned in today to see a video about winter backpacking, and I'm sitting here in sunny North Florida. Beautiful day today in North Florida. We'll get back to the frozen cold of the Roan Highlands here in a minute, but I wanted to provide some context for this video. The trip didn't go completely as planned. We had planned to go out for 2 nights, 3 days, 2 nights, and on the first day you'll see in the video, as soon as we cross over Roan Mountain, very windy, rainy, cold on top of Roan Mountain, you'll see that footage. Go kind of silent for the rest of the day, including our stay at Over Mountain Shelter. Really sorry I didn't get any footage from that, but we kind of went into kind of a survival mode by that point. Everything was wet from the day. It was beginning to freeze. Overnight it got down into probably the single digits, and so the next morning we made the decision to hike out. It was a beautiful morning. You'll see some of the footage of the hike out on Sunday morning. The trip was a lot of fun. Learned a lot about winter backpacking. Can't wait to get back. Probably won't be until next winter, as we're kind of entering or cruising towards the spring right now. Learned about a few things I'm going to change for next time, but overall really enjoyed my time in the mountains right along the North Carolina-Tennessee border. I will pick up Sunday morning once we get back to the hostel and get ready to head home. So there is some commentary there to round out the video, but you'll see a kind of some missing space in between the time I'm crossing Roan Mountain and when we finally get back to the hostel, and I'm talking to the camera again. So I just wanted to kind of give you a sense of what was going on there and why I didn't do more filming Saturday night from the Over Mountain Shelter. I should add this too. Over Mountain Shelter is one of those iconic places on the AT that I was just so excited to go to and stay at. It was beautiful, especially Sunday morning with the blanket of snow, throughout the entire area. But it's definitely a place I'm going to get back and do either some spring or summer hiking before too long. Anyway, well, here you go. This is winter backpacking in the Roan Highlands. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to give this video a like if you enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel down below. Click on the little bell. Get notifications when I post a new video. Until next time. Well, we're here at in Roan Mountain, Tennessee. I'm at the 19E, Station 19E, here right on Highway 19E, 19 East. Getting ready to do a section on the AT between, so we're going to go southbound 19E to Roan High Knob Shelter, and then we'll backtrack the 1.5 miles to Carver Gap. So 2 days, just under 20 miles. Not big mileage, but it should be a fun time. I'm hiking with a few guys out of Chattanooga. We stayed here at this hostel last night. This hostel's just a couple tenths of a mile off of the AT. Highly recommended. They've got a great little bar, no frills, but a nice little bar downstairs with a great selection of craft brew, and I think David, the owner, was telling me they have a through hiker special for any through hikers coming through. 30 bucks. Is it 30 bucks? 25 or 30 bucks get you a bunk, laundry, shower, shuttle into town, and there's actually a blue blaze. He calls it a brew blaze, but it cuts off of the AT on your way down towards 19 going northbound, and that blue blaze takes you right here to the shelter. I'm sorry, right here to the hostel. But so good night. It's a little chilly out. Supposed to see temps down in the single digits on Sunday evening, tomorrow evening. So we'll see how that goes. But should be a good time. We'll check in once we get going after we get something to eat here. We'll be on the trail here in a few minutes. All right, well, we are well underway. Been on the trail now for about 30 minutes. Boy, first time in the mountains in about 5 months. Feeling it a little bit on this ascent out of 19. I didn't mention it before, but the 2 nights on trail for this trip will be at 2 of the more significant shelters on the entirety of the AT. First one tonight will be over Mountain Shelter, which you may recognize as the large red barn with great views. So looking forward to that. And then tomorrow night will be the Roan Highlands shelter, which is the highest shelter on the AT. So should be in for some good stuff. We also have the what is it, the Red Wolf Moon or something like that tomorrow night. So hoping for some clear skies at Roan Highlands shelter. But breathing pretty heavy right now, so turn the camera off, check in a few. Well, we've had you know, for this first hour or so, really wind has died down being here amongst the hills, but before we left the wind was pretty high, and I'm coming across the first real blowdowns so far today on the trail. The trail has just been in absolutely pristine condition, but we do have this little workaround right here behind me, so we're gonna make our way through this. Those coming up, we're still ahead of the I think probably ahead of the first through hikers of the season, the ones that started really early in January, it being kind of a third week in January, I guess now. But so I'm not sure if any through hikers have come through yet, but pretty good conditions, man. The trail's in, like I said, the trail's in fantastic shape, and I'm sure trail maintainers will come out, have this stuff cleaned up before any real numbers start to roll through. All right, we got a supposed to be a pretty good view here coming up in the next mile or so, so probably won't check in until then. Out. All right, still ascending. There's a beautiful section right here. We've been going up all the way out of since 19. Nothing too severe though. I mean, it's been a pretty nice grade. A couple of really short sections where it gets a little steep, but other than that, it's been pretty manageable. You can see a little ice as you look up. All right, we're pushing on. Probably can't hear me now, but this is what we're hiking through as we enter North Carolina. Rain gear's on. Wind is just ferocious. Biting cold. All right, I'm gonna try to get up on Hump Mountain here. We got about 2 miles to go to get to the summit of Hump. So it's kind of slipping and sliding on the trail right now though. I'm gonna put this thing away, push on down the trail. Hey, I thought we were going down.
What?
Are we not going down Overlook Mountain Trail?
Yeah, we're gonna go meet the gravel road down here.
So what you think, guys?
That's it, yeah.
You guys stoked?
Totally. Happy again.
Alright, we're on our way out. Alright, well, back at the Station 19E hostel. You can see wind is blowing, and you can see kind of behind me a little bit. We're definitely in winter right now. But stayed at Over Mountain. Didn't do much. Didn't do any videoing when we got to the shelter last night. It was just kind of survival mode. Over Mountain shelter. About 20 people in there last night. Temperature got down. Gosh, must have been in the teens, low 20s, teens last night. Snow blowing into the shelter through the walls. Stayed warm. Got up this morning and conditions were just terrible. So we actually got rescued off of the mountain. Had to hike about a mile or so to a road where we were rescued off of there by the owner here, David, at the 19E hostel. So had to cut the trip one night short, but man, what an adventure. Learned a lot about winter hiking, some stuff to work on for next time. Had a great time. Yesterday was a great day hiking. Had it not been for the water, I think we would have been okay, but getting drenched all the way through, and I'll have more of this in a wrap-up later on when I get to pull my thoughts together. But for now, we're going to try to get something to eat, enjoy some of this snow, and you can see it blowing behind me. It's just crazy conditions. So anyway,